What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day bringing you a little lockback here. This is the Ocoee River lockback. There's no real special name for it. It's just, let's see, OC-549DBPB. And that basically just says it's the Ocoee River, and it talks about what color and handle material that is. That's what those letters mean. So this right here is not bad. That's the little box it comes in, and right away you see those nickel silver bolsters and pins, and you see the 440 stainless jumping out. And I have to say that blue pick bone is mighty attractive. There's the Ocoee River right there. So I brought you different brands of a knife just like this. You know, we saw the, got some crud on there. We saw the Mako, which is a little bit smaller from Case. I brought you the 110 from Buck, and I showed you K-Bar's version as well. Just absolute classic styling. And it's because it's classic styling that it's just not done wrong. These things have been done by everybody ever since the 1800s. This knife has just gone, done, been, did. That's putting it properly. So what do we have here? We do have the spine lock, which is awesome. It closes and opens very nicely. Let's see. The lock seems to be holding up really well. You got the nice little logo right there. I think it's a leaf or a feather. One of the two right there on the Ocoee River. And I have to say that this is pretty attractive. Now, I had one pulled up just to get a view on the price. And they have one going for 27 bucks. And I think you can find them even cheaper. And that's a good price for a knife like this because it's really well built. You can see the liners and you can see the steel spine. The spacer right here is all done really well. It's nice and thick. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? That blue picked bone is just done so right. So right. The pins are in there flush and nice. This is in there flush and nice. Fit and finish overall is really good. This is one of those Frost cutlery putouts. You know, they buy the rights to certain knives, and it doesn't change the quality of the knife. The knife is a good knife. It's put out by Frost, but it's still an Ocoee River knife. So let's go over this bad boy. I know it's one of the 5-inch varieties. Let's take a look at the blade length. It's 4 inches, and let's see how sharp it is. And hey, look at that! Made myself a nice little patch. All right, so it is 100% shave sharp out of the box, and I've had this one for a while. I just haven't got to it. You know, I have a lot of those. I have a lot of knives just sitting around that haven't been gotten done to. So today is a day that we got done getting into this knife right here. It's really pretty. It is a Chinese built knife, and that's why you're getting the price so low. So I mean, over time, is it going to hold up? I'll tell you what, for 27 bucks, you know, sub 30 bucks, even if it lasts you 5 years, you got your money's worth. But so far, I can't see it being bad in any way. It feels good in the hand. I do like this sweep on the spine. That gives you a nice area for your thumb or your finger if you plan on doing some skinning. All in all, that's pretty good right there. And you can find them all day long on eBay. You can go to Cutlery Corner. I'm pretty sure there's tons of avenues you can find one of these on. It's just your typical classic pocket knife. This lockback style of knife is just, we've all had them. If you're a knife guy and you have never owned a knife that looks like this, even with, you know, different color scales or whatever, then you're not a knife guy. You're not a knife guy if you've never owned a traditional lockback. And this is as traditional as it gets right here. Pretty sweet. Now, we're not going to be chopping down trees and stuff with it, so I do have some wood in here. that for the fire, and I figure maybe we can take it to some of that and give it a quick little test and see how she goes. So let's go do that real quick. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set up a box right here to use as a little workstation, and we're going to grab one of these. I want to get a nice thick one because I really want to put this thing to work. You can see that's what I'm using up here. We're going to do a little batoning with it. Let's see, and try to keep you guys in frame. In frame. Let's see if this baton's going to work. Oh yeah. Now, if this blade steel sucks, what's going to happen by doing this is you're going to get waves in the fine part of the edge, and that's the best way to tell if your knife blade is crap, is do a little batoning with it first off, and see how it holds up. And woo, there is zero, and I mean zero warping in this little blade right here. Let's see. Man, this is exactly, I mean exactly how a pocket knife should perform. Exactly how a pocket knife should perform. That's what this thing is made for. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see if we can't get a little notch in here. The edge just bites right in. I mean, it literally just bites right in, no question. Does a good job. Let's see, try to keep some of this stuff contained. Oh my goodness, guys. This, I'll tell you what, man, for $27, I got all blurry. For $27. For $27, this thing does the job. This thing does the job. I'm not going to go crazy on this review because I don't really need to. Let's take this down a little farther, though. You know what it is. It's a pocket knife. The question is the steel good? Is the material good? Is it built well? Is it good looking? Is it sharp? We can answer all those questions right here. And I'll tell you what. No warps. No damage. No dents. No dings. That right there is not so bad. So for a pocket knife, what you're going to be using it for is, you know, little whittle stuff. You're going to open packages. It's going to do your basic stuff, cut some twine and whatnot. And this knife right here can do all of that. It can do every bit of that. So doing this stuff like batoning is just a good way to show its strength, how it's going to hold up, what it can or cannot do. And this little guy right here can perform as the pocket knife it's made to be. In a quick fix, can it be used as a self-defense blade? I'll tell you what, that's 4 inches of hell no, don't puncture me stuff right there. And I gotta say, it's just pretty. You know what I mean? It's pretty to look at. You know, you're out and about and you're doing something and you need to cut some twine at the campsite, or, you know, process a little bit of firewood. That was pretty sweet. You need the feather stick. That was pretty sweet. It all did exactly as it needed to do. For a little tiny guy like this to do big work like that. And let's see, how we holding up here? Oh yeah, it still opens and closes. Let's see. Still works, right? Let's see here. I know somebody asked me if we could do more puncture tests. Something like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's just a short stick. I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to dive into that thing, I could have. But Ocoee River, you see them all the time, and you see the price, and you say, oh my God, it's put out by Frost, and you think that it's not going to be good. And then you pick one up, and you think to yourself, I've been wrong ever since day one about, you know, what knife companies put out that could be good or bad. Because just because you think it comes from a budget maker and you see a budget price, that doesn't mean you're getting a budget quality. This thing right here is a good knife. It's just a good knife. I've had it for a long time. I haven't really done anything with it. This is the first time I've actually, you know, done any batoning or things like that. I've just used it for small things around the house. And I have to say, I like it. I like it. This is going to go on my EDC rack. This is going to hang right next to my 110. Just going to sit right there. And on a day I feel like using blue instead of brown, then this is what I'm going to grab. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's built really well. I looked at it when it was closed just to see how it sits. Dead nut center. Let's see. Make sure that there's no excessive wobbling or anything that I need to concern about. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing is solid. You know what I mean? Like, let's see if I can hold it solid and try to wiggle it and see if you could see any movement. There's no movement, none. It's in there pretty good. I do like this, man. I do like that Sultan sweep right there. Nice, beautiful, beautiful blade. Beautiful package. All looks pretty good, man. All looks pretty good. So, in short, from a tall guy, in short, the Ocoee River lockback is a good knife. 440 stainless. You know it's not going to get all rusty and crappy too quick. You know it's easy to sharpen. You know the steel. It's been around forever. You know the style. It's been around forever. The only thing you didn't know is this right here, this little brand. How is it? What does it do? How can it be? What's it good for? And I'll tell you what, as a pocket knife, as something that you can pull out every now and then to use for every now and then type things, this one's right here. Should this be your main camp knife? Hell no. No folding knife should be a main camp knife. But this guy right here is a great accessory to such things. So I'm going to go take this and this is going to be my carry for the day. I guarantee you this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull whatever's in my pocket right now, which I think is the Cold Steel 4 Max. I'm going to put this in my pocket for the day, and this is going to be my carry for the rest of these 24 hours. So, until I bring you the next blade, which is going to be pretty badass, I am Donnie B all day, as it says on the shirt, and until next knife, later.